Hello everybody, Tommyruin here, and today I am going to be talking about high risk farming on seasonal servers and on Laughing Skull, and whether or not it is worth your time doing. I spent an hour of my time farming mobs in Silithus to see what I got, and give a little overview to you guys about what I found. So I'll just give you guys a bit of background information on high risk farming for those that might be new to it. So in the high risk phases of Ascension, killing mobs above level 50 has a chance to drop raid tier items, with elites having a higher chance and rares having the highest chance to drop these items. Now the items that drop depend upon your item level, with Zul'Gurub items dropping from 60 plus item levels, Molten Core from 63 plus item levels, Blackwing Lair from 67 plus item levels, and AQ items from 71 plus item levels. You can check your item level in game using a macro, so just paste the text linked in the paste bin in the description into a macro in game, press the macro and it should display your item level in chat. So having a higher item level makes farming more profitable. That makes sense, you're getting the better items and they will sell for higher. But it's also riskier, as you can lose the better items that you've put on to increase your item level if another player kills you. So what I did to raise my item level was to find the cheapest items for each slot that had the highest item level on the auction house. That means that I have a high item level, but if I die, I haven't really risked anything of value. So that's a really good way of kind of getting around this system. Don't waste your really good items with high item level. Find some cheap items which nobody actually wants for their main builds and just use those. It makes it really cheap and you don't risk anything that you actually want. Now saying all that, I didn't actually come across anybody and haven't actually found anybody for a while whilst farming in high risk, as most people are looking for rares. So you can actually farm unharmed for hours at a time. So I decided to farm in Silithus. It is by no means the best place to farm, as there are relatively few mobs. So if there was more than just one person farming the spot, so you're doing it in a group, it would really not be ideal, as you would have a bit of downtime between kills. The spot in Southwind Village that I used does have the upside of having a vendor on site, so your bags don't get too full. Other noteworthy spots that are much better for this are Hearthglen in the Western Plaguelands, and then you've also got the Blasted Lands. You can do a ring around the Blasted Lands. So there is a large amount of high level mobs here which you can kill. The downsides of these places is that they are generally more contested, as they are higher in terms of mob density. So in my 1 hour of farming, what did I find? Well, first of all, a ton of blues, greens, recipes and patterns. Now these I vended all of them, as well as all of the greys, whites and other junk that the mobs dropped along the way. So in terms of raw gold from selling all the items I picked up, I made over 200 gold in the hour from items directly sold to a vendor. Now that doesn't sound like too much, but here comes the fun bit, as I managed to snag a few tasty epics as well. So after 25 minutes of farming, I managed to snag my first epic, and to be honest, I was pretty disheartened, as it was a Zul'Gurub epic dagger, the Fang of Venoxis. But 7 minutes later, I looted the Sea Fury gauntlets, which turns out is another rubbish epic that wouldn't sell for very much at all. But alas, I continued on my experiment, and only 5 minutes later I snagged a nice Blackwing Lair piece in the Pauldrons of Transcendence. So that takes my epic count up to 3 in 37 minutes. Now sadly things got quiet again until I killed the last mob in my hour-long test and got the Neverwind bindings. These are another Blackwing Lair piece, and that's 2 Blackwing Lair pieces in 1 hour. And then after the hour I hearthed so I could check the value of these items. So at the time of recording, the Fang of Venoxis is worth 30 gold, which isn't much. The Sea Fury gauntlets are a measly 15 gold, which is just not even worth being an epic really. But like I said, if you want to boost your item level, things like this are worth it because nobody wants it for the stats, but you can use it for the item level so you can get the higher tier loot from the mobs. The pauldrons are priced at 650 gold, and then the bindings are a whopping 1600 gold. So in total, what we found for the farm, that's 200 raw gold, and then in item value we have 2,295 gold, which I'll round down due to the nature of item selling to 2,000 gold, so taking off almost 300 gold to account for competing with other sellers. Normally things don't sell at market price, so you do have to lower your prices occasionally to get the sale. So in total, that's 2,200 gold for 1 hour of farming. Now obviously this value will vary, and I'm not saying that you'll get this every single time. You may get better items, you may get more items that are worth less. It all depends. But hopefully this hour farm test of normal level 50 plus mobs shows you how easy it can be to get good items and make easy gold. Most people I see in high risk are farming rares and greedy demons, which is fine up to a point. It can be amazing if you are the first to the spawns, or a complete waste of time if all the rares are dead by the time you get there. Farming mobs is a consistent method that doesn't rely on spawn timers, and I completely recommend it. So that's all from me, guys. Make sure to check out the other videos on my channel, and make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all very soon. Is it you?